What if the thing you looked forward to your whole life ends up feeling empty? John spent 40 years in the classroom, inspiring students and shaping lives. But just 1 month after retiring, he looked in the mirror and said, "I don't know who I am anymore." He wasn't alone. Over 40% of retirees say they feel lost or without purpose after leaving work behind. It's something no one talks about, the quiet emptiness that can follow retirement. But John's story didn't end there, and it might change the way you think about your own next chapter. John spent 40 years in the classroom, inspiring students and shaping lives. But just 1 month after retiring, he looked in the mirror and said, "I don't know who I am anymore." He wasn't alone. Over 40% of retirees say they feel lost or without purpose after leaving work behind. It's something no one talks about, the quiet emptiness that can follow retirement. But John's story didn't end there, and it might change the way you think about your own next chapter. 1. The struggle, losing purpose. At first, retirement felt like freedom. John imagined slow mornings, travel, and time for hobbies. And for a few weeks, it was everything he'd hoped for. But then, the silence set in. No students, no staff room chatter, no reason to set the alarm. His days blurred together. The joy of rest faded into a dull routine. He felt invisible. The hardest part wasn't boredom. It was the sense that he no longer mattered. The phone didn't ring. The hallway stayed quiet. Even his posture changed. Retirement had taken more than his job. It had taken his purpose. 2. The turning point. A chance to give again. One afternoon, John visited a community center where he once volunteered. He didn't expect much, just a quick check-in. But something unexpected happened. A coordinator mentioned they were short on volunteers for an after-school tutoring program. She asked if he'd consider helping. John hesitated. He almost said no, but something inside whispered, "Just try." The next week, he showed up for a 2-hour shift. The kids were noisy, the worksheets were messy, but something clicked. One student, a quiet boy named Marcus, lit up when John helped him solve a math problem. It was a small moment, but it meant everything. Week after week, John kept returning. The kids remembered his name, they listened, they learned. And slowly, John started to feel like himself again. 3. The benefits. How purpose changed everything. Gin started waking up earlier, not because he had to, but because he wanted to. He felt lighter, he laughed more. Even his doctor noticed improvements in his health. Science backs it up. Staying mentally and socially active boosts both mood and longevity. Helping others gave John more than connection. It gave him meaning. He didn't need a classroom, he needed a reason, and he found it. In a little room filled with pencils, energy, and young minds hungry to learn. 4th, finding your purpose. Simple, powerful ways to start. John's story isn't rare. Many seniors rediscover joy by reconnecting with what made them feel alive in the first place. Here are a few ideas if you're looking for purpose. Volunteer. Even 1 hour a week can change lives, including yours. Learn something new. Your brain loves novelty. Join a group, clubs, classes, local events. They keep you social and curious. Mentor. Share your wisdom. It's one of your greatest gifts. Purpose isn't about doing something big. It's about doing something meaningful. John thought retirement was the end of his story, but it became a new beginning. He didn't need a title to make a difference, just time, heart, and a little courage. Maybe you're at the edge of your own new chapter. Ask yourself, what could I give today? Because the truth is, your story isn't over. In fact, the most meaningful part might be just beginning.